Now, I'm sure by now you must have seen at least a few anime shows before. I mean, come on, it's 2025, my dude. I'm pretty sure at least one or two anime has defined your childhood or had a huge impact or influence in your life, as it did mine. Now, as someone that has watched anime for like, what, I don't know, 15 plus years, not sure if I'm proud of that, honestly. I wanted to make this video just talking about some anime that I grew up with. Now, I'm gonna say something beforehand. I watched most of these anime in Chinese, or specifically in Cantonese, which was surprisingly decent back then because I didn't know any English when I was a kid. So alright, what better way than to start with the first two shows that introduced me to anime in general, Pokemon and Doraemon. I don't think there's much to say about Pokemon, honestly. They're still going strong after like what, 35 years? Reeling in that moolah. Now, for some reason, I've never watched Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I don't know why, but I just really hated Dong with a passion. It's probably because she's just a carbon copy of May in the sense of the Pokemon contest that she's doing, and that she's just an inferior version of May. I did at least watch the match of Ash versus Paul because it would be a crime not to watch it. And I actually kind of like Black and White, not gonna lie. I can't deny the first episode is fucking stupid though. Pikachu losing to a starter level 5 Snivy, like seriously? What were the writers thinking? Anyways, so first one I think was decent. Advanced Generation is pretty cool. Pearl and Diamond didn't watch. Black and White is okay. XY is goated. I'm sorry. Serena is the best heroine. Sun and Moon is alright. I didn't watch the full Pokemon Journeys. I've only watched some of the matches near the end of the show, and I didn't bother with the new one after Ash became the champion because what's the point, honestly, to me? I also haven't watched every single movie, but goddamn, some of the new ones are so beautiful. Like the Lugia one, where they talk about the friendship and overcoming trauma, etc, etc. That one was really good. I really like that. And there were also the first recap movie, the 20-year anniversary one, with the Pikachu speaking for some reason. That one was also very nice. All in all, is Pokemon. It had a huge impact on billions of people and is still really enjoyable. Now on to the next one, Doraemon. Oh, the blue cat robot. I think the show had more impact in Asia rather than it had on the West. Now, for those that don't know what the show is about, it's about a robot cat named Doraemon that came from the future to help a hopeless young man called Nobita. Because of how lazy Nobita is, he doesn't do his homework, he procrastinates, which is what I'm doing right now because of school assignments, yet I'm making this video. He comes late almost every day to school. This Doraemon came from the future to shape him up to be a better person so he can marry his childhood crush, Shizuka. There's no real ending to this show because Fujiko passed away before giving the show a conclusion. The main attraction of the show has to be the future gadgets from Doraemon's pocket. Most of the episodes start with Nobita getting bullied by two classmates, Giant and Suneo. Then he goes crying to Doraemon asking for help, which Doraemon usually gives him a gadget to get back at the bullies, but at the end Nobita abused the gadget and ended up backfiring on him. That's how most of the episodes go, you know, repeating the same thing pretty much. It's still fun though. The Anywhere door is a classic, a door which can teleport you to anywhere. Dude, imagine having this door in the year 2100, the most revolutionary thing ever, but by then I won't be alive anymore. Now the main show is very fun to watch, but the movies? Oh man, these are some of the best media to ever exist. The dinosaur one has got to be my most favorite out of all. I watched almost every single movie until the voice actor of Doraemon passed away, the Cantonese voice actor. After that, it's just not the same anymore because his voice is just too iconic. Well, this show is just, I don't know, it's everyone's like favorite. It's just very iconic. I really recommend this to everyone to watch regardless of your age. So nostalgic. If you go to Japan, surely you'll see Doraemon's face in a lot of places. Also, that movie where Doraemon has to go back to the future, that one made me cry like hell. That one was so sad, but also very happy, wholesome. I don't know what to say about this show. It's just precious. Now, let's move on to the anime that everyone knows. Yup. Dragon Ball Z. What is there to say, honestly? It's Goku and his pals. It's famous worldwide, especially in Latin America. It's pretty much a religion to them at this point. I remember my dad watching the first episode and I got taken back of it because of how different the art style looked compared to some other old anime. I don't know, like Sailor Moon. doesn't have the giant eyes sparkling and shit and all that. The fillers are actually pretty enjoyable. Now, I know what people are gonna say. They're gonna say, oh, Kai is better, you should watch Kai. But I've never watched it because at that time, Kai wasn't even out. So I finished Dragon Ball Z, that's all I need. I know the story already. Now, keep in mind, I watched DBZ in Cantonese, so the openings are in Japanese, so I might be biased, but I like the original openings more than Kai. The shala, hichala, it's just too catchy, man. I watch every single movie, especially the DBS Broly one. Bro, it's just...
Oh, that's that good shit!
The fighting is just beautiful, art direction. They broke the dimension, man. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama, one of the greatest mangaka to ever exist. Now, I know the original Dragon Ball is a little bit messed up, but... I still think every kid should watch this series, Dragon Ball. It shaped up so many people's childhood, another very iconic show. And let's move on to the next one. Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh man, another classic shonen. I just wish there were more training shown in this show. The training in Hunter x Hunter was really cool, but there were barely any shown in this one. Yusuke still remains one of the best shonen protagonists, I don't care. His character development is great. Dark Tournament is peak. Chapter Black is also really great. You know what surprised me the most is that a tournament actually having a start and a conclusion. Now here's the thing, you know in other anime shows they also have tournaments. For example, in Naruto you have Chunin exam, or in Fairy Tail you have the S rank promotion exam, etc, etc. I know some people like tournament, but it does kind of, I don't know, piss me off a bit when something interferes with the tournament. They never go till the end because of some interference or outsiders. With Naruto, you have Gaara and Sand Village attacking the Leaf, and with Fairy Tail, you have Agnologia and Grimoire Heart. I'm actually surprised the Dark Tournament ended and Yusuke got his wish granted. I know the ending is a bit rushed because Togashi was burnt out, but hey, this show is great. It's great. I might as well just mention this, Naruto. Ah, yes. The filler anime. My poor soul back then didn't know I was even watching fillers all along. I just watch any episodes there are. Waste of time. Not gonna lie. Despite its flaws, love it or hate it, it still remains to be one of the most influential anime. The poor characters did get sidelined like crazy in Shippuden. Rock Lee, man. The abilities and jutsus are cool, a lot of legendary and iconic fights. Though, in my opinion, it became less and less about ninja in the end. But hey, cool action, right? We're not gonna talk about the sequel. What sequel actually? There was never a sequel to begin with. Now, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Now, this anime is not something a kid should be watching. I don't know what was wrong with my dad, since he's the one that gave me these shows to watch. And surprisingly, Nina actually didn't scare me as a kid. But what did fucking terrify me, for sure, was the failed mother transmutation on episode 2. And the jump scares and Edward streams. Was that even necessary? The characters are great, cool fights, nice story, great ending. I didn't understand much of it as a kid because it's too complex, so I rewatched it as an adult and it's more enjoyable. So yeah, the plot is too hard for children to follow. Disagree with me all you want, but I don't care about the 2003 one. The ending sucks, I'm sorry. City Hunter. Now this is also definitely not something you will watch as a kid, to be honest. Here's one of the reasons why I like this show so much. There's a fun little fact with Cantonese dubbing. Normally, most of the times they will play openings in Japanese, but sometimes, once in a while, they'll make original songs for anime, and they're actually really good. Especially the opening for City Hunter, it goes hard. In fact, let me show you a few snippets. Now, here's the main reason why this show is not for kids, and it's because of the main character. Yes, Ryo Saeba. He's a pervert, a huge pervert. He hits on random women in clubs and on the streets. He works as a mercenary and he wants all his clients to be beautiful women. So almost every episode there's always a gorgeous woman, and let me tell you, the fan service is not for the kids at all. Nope, but despite him being lecherous, he is a complete badass when the situation calls for it. He only loves one woman in his heart, despite not admitting to it, which is his partner of work, Kaori. I don't think I've ever watched this show properly from start to finish because most of the time I'm just watching it for the action and the women. Look, I'm sorry. 10-year-old me can't help it when it's all gorgeous older women in this show. So the next one is UFO Baby. Oh man, this one is so nostalgic. Probably the first shoujo school romance I've seen. We follow the main female character where she moved to a temple to live with her parents' friends' family because her parents went to US to work in NASA. And there she met the head of the temple, but he just left all of a sudden to go on a trip, leaving his son to be with Miyu, which is the main female character's name. They didn't have the best meeting and first impression of each other, so they argue a lot. During their argument, a spaceship crashed inside the temple, which a baby and his pet caretaker came out. What's shocking is that the baby has superpowers. He can float. Apparently, they crashed there because of a distortion in space while they were traveling. And because distortions don't happen very often, they can't go back to their home for a while, leaving them stranded in Earth. So the main characters decide to take care of the baby as temporary parents and keep the fact that they're aliens from their friends and classmates. I don't know, it's a shame that this show isn't that popular. It's a very cute romance anime. And I like the hate turned into love trope. That trope, I actually do mess with it quite a lot. Like a certain anime, but I'm not gonna talk about that one for now anyways. The ending is also very nice. It's just very wholesome. Alright, so let's move on to the last one. Cooking Master Boy or Chuka Ichiban. Oh boy, the OG cooking anime. If you watch Food Wars or Shokugeki no Soma, it's kind of like that, but without the nudity. Foodgasm and the same level of exaggeration. Like, how the hell are the pieces flying neatly in places? Why does that not happen when I'm cooking? It takes place in China. Here we follow Mao in his adventure where he moves from Sichuan to Guangzhou to work in a restaurant and become a better chef. He also travels throughout China to battle with other chefs and learn new cooking skills. You know, at the end of the Food Wars where they introduced the midnight chefs, Chuka Ichiban also has that, but it's way darker. They literally kill, brainwash, and torture people. They don't care if you're a woman, child, whatever. They just kill. Bro, it's just cooking food and making shit edible. Why you gotta take it that serious? But then again, I'm not a professional. Maybe that's what Michelin chefs go through on a daily basis. I don't know, can't say. I think it's also quite a nice change to see a 3-year age gap between Meili, the main female character, and Mao, with the heroine being the older one. Also funny how Mao has to flex his supreme chef badge almost every episode. Like, dude, yes, I get it, I see the fit. The ending kind of ended on a cliffhanger, so it's better to read the manga. I know they also released a new anime series, but it's like a weird reboot, so I refuse to watch it. It wasn't even animated from the start till the end all the way. Like, what the hell is this downgrade? It's a shame that this show is not that popular, honestly. I think it's quite enjoyable. Alright, that was quite a lot, like 9 shows. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a few more that I didn't mention, such as Futari Precure, Atashinchi, Mermaid Melody, Kiranin Revolution. I don't know why I watched so many shoujos and girly anime, but hey, they were pretty fun to watch. And also, I don't remember that much of those 4 shows compared to the others I mentioned. Anime is not even a hobby anymore at this point to me. It's more like a lifestyle. Again, not sure if I'm proud of that. You know what's crazy? Because I watch so many anime, I kind of picked up Japanese. I can understand more or less what Japanese people are saying, even though I can't read hiragana or katakana. Weird flex, but okay. At the end, it definitely had a very positive impact on my life. I always look back at those shows with fond memories, and sometimes I rewatch some episodes. And I always seek out, not always, because right now, is too busy. I'm not a kid anymore, so there's less free time and more responsibilities. But most of the time I read manga, and sometimes I do seek out new shows to watch. So I don't really get why children are watching TikTok nowadays. Jesus Christ, I sound like an old man. I'm only in my early 20s, but dude, just watch some Doraemon, Ghibli movies, Pokemon, or Tom and Jerry. I don't know. It's way healthier than Cocomelon or whatever the hell they're putting out for kids nowadays. Such a shame, honestly, that kids are just watching those shows. Not even shows, short media content instead of a lot of effort put in shows that are very fun to watch, regardless of your age actually, because you can be an adult and still enjoy those shows that I mentioned. Anyways, at this point, I'm just ranting. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you have a nice day or nice night, depending on where you are. Let me know what your favorite anime shows is, or what shows you grew up with. I'm sure there's at least one that you grew up with that you really liked, and it held a very special place in your heart. But those are the shows that I always look back at with fond memories.